"Ach, lads and lasses, gather round and prepare yourselves for a tale that'll hae ye in stitches." You see, our very own wee Kevin's been an absolute Egypt, mispronouncing words because he's been living under a rock since dropping out of Gaelic school. Ah, you heard that right. The daft bugger thought he could wing it, and it led to one of the funniest misadventures you'll ever hear. So, if you fancy a good laugh and a story about sheer daftness, stick around. This is the tale of how wee Kevin realised the hard way that ditching Gaelic school was a mistake, and how he made a right arse of himself in front of the whole pub. Slàhnćhe, you daft bastards, and enjoy the ride. Once upon a time, wee Kevin's ma decided he needed a bit of culture in his life. "Off to Gaelic school wi' you," she said, hoping he'd learn the language of his ancestors, and nae just muck about like a dafty. So Kevin, being the dutiful lad he was, trotted off to school, nae cluing into the calamity that was about to unfold. The classes were taught by old Mr. McTaggart, a man with a face like a melted welly and a voice that could put you to sleep faster than a pint of heavy. But Kevin, always the Egypt, could nae be bothered. He'd rather be fishing in the glen or getting up to mischief with his pal Lance. One day, fed up with the whole ordeal, Kevin decided he'd had enough. "This Gaelic stuff is pish," he muttered to himself. And with that he walked out the door, leaving Mr. McTaggart bewildered, and his man none the wiser. He spent his days running wild, neither learning a lick of Gaelic. Fast forward a few years, and Kevin finds himself in the local pub, trying to impress a bonny lass with his so-called Gaelic skills. He raises his pint high, ready to toast, and shouts, "Slàhnćhe!" The pub falls silent, the lass bursts out laughing, and an old codger in the corner can't help but chime in, "You daft Egypt, it's pronounced Slàhnćhe." Turns out, Kevin had butchered the sacred word, and he realised right then that dropping out of Gaelic school had left him with a brain full of shite, and a tongue that couldn't twist right to save his life. So here he is, in the middle of the pub, looking like a right numpty and apologising for his daftness. "Ah, I've been a right Egypt, mispronouncing Slàhnćhe in all me tales. Apologies for that, you fine folks, Slàhnćhe is how you say it proper, and I'll nae forget it again," Kevin declared, grinning like the fool he was. And there ye hae it, a tale of Kevin's idiocy, and a lesson wrapped up in there somewhere. If you canna laugh at yourself, then what's the point? So raise a glass, pronounce it right or wrong, and remember we're all Egypts at heart. Slàhnćhe, you ball bags.